Hello, I'm Joe McDonald and this is Big Mac's Battle Blog, live from Odessa under the shade of a tree in some random park. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff going to happen in this video. Some thank yous for the guys for some vehicles we bought and got delivered like a week or so ago that are now in service, and yeah, some drone footage. And yeah, basically like a bit of a story of what happens if you come to fuck around and find out in Kherson and you're a Russian soldier. So enjoy.
We, the pilots, sappers, and engineers of the 34th Marines UAV Battalion, would once again like to thank Joe and Big Mac's Battle Blog, along with their supporters and partnered organizations. Their continued support has allowed us to do our jobs defending Kherson and destroying our enemies day in and day out. Please consider continuing to support Big Mac's Battle Blog and our unit in our fight against Russian aggression. Slava Ukraine, Героям Slava.
Героям Slava.
We, the pilots, sappers, and engineers of the 34th Marines UAV Battalion, would like to thank Joe and Big Mac's Battle Blog, along with their supporters and partnered organizations. Their support has allowed us to continue our job defending and destroying our enemy day in and day out. Please consider continuing to support Big Mac's Battle Blog and our unit in our fight against Russian aggression. Slava Ukraine, Героям Slava.
Героям Slava.
Hello, I'm Joe McDonald and this is Big Mac's Battle Blogs, and now we're going to watch some footage that's basically like a little story about being a Russian soldier. You know, it's going to cover them going on an amphibious assault, what happened to them, and then what happened to the men who were sent to rescue them, and what happened to the men who were around them in general at the time. I hope it's a cautionary tale for anyone wanting to join the Russian military. Anyway, enjoy. So, here, filmed on a thermal FPV, we see the first shot of this speedboat full of Russians coming in. And this is the second time we've made a hit like this. The Frenchman deserves some praise for that. He knows who he is. And look, boom, there's a hit there, and then the boat's basically pulled up. We didn't take all of them out on the first hit, so this is a second FPV that's just coming in to like destroy, make sure the boat is irreparably fucked and they can't use it to escape. You can sort of see that pop there. So here's a Baba, we found some of them handed under this tree. The Baba Yaga was on duty, so we used the Baba Yaga, which is normally anti-structural, sending another FPV in there, you know, another FPV going in. So basically now this is the hunting of the squad of Russian soldiers. Don't know what unit they're from. Another Baba Yaga bit there, you know. But basically smash it. I might have repeated the same clip there by accident, sorry. So yeah, here's some footage from the next morning. Boats well and truly fucked. That's not going anywhere. And now basically we're looking for signs of them in the next clips. So quite a long clip of the destroyed boat, but yeah, you know. Here we go. So yeah, now you're going to watch basically the mop-up operation. And yeah, get an idea of basically what happens if you come to the islands of Kherson with the Russian military. It's not good. You know, come on. Sorry, even I'm bored of that. So yeah, generally you can see the little fellow moving around under that bush there. So we found him, you know, and a few of them buggered off to this house, like little hut that's in the area. So yeah, some more FPVs going in now to, yeah, you know, deal with them. Oh, I think that one crashed. Well, it happens, you know. Or maybe there was a guy just hiding in the bushes at the side, I'm not sure. yeah, appears like that's another. I think that to me looks like we just had some mortars, so we were working in cooperation with our mortars, which used to be a lot of what we do, and these days we're more self-reliant on our own drone strikes. But yeah, you know, cooperation with mortars and stuff. Oh yeah, and this, we've found some of them in this little house and these other little houses. So they obviously, these guys who came in the boat were like replacing guys who were already out, you know, doing stuff. So yeah, so there's probably, you know, they come in squads of like 4 to 6 to 8, and depending on how big the boat is, and yeah, we deal with them accordingly. Again, sort of feel sorry for them sometimes, you know. There's the last 1,000 missions or however many it's been haven't gone well, you know. And yeah, nothing like making sure that the enemy position is on fire once you've dealt with it. Another boat going in. Seems like they're trying to, yeah, get some guys either off or there to replace them or rescue them in the day. And yeah, looks like Baba Yaga, some night footage there. And yeah, obviously some of them have basically been discovered hiding in this like basement. There aren't many basements on the island, so even ones with destroyed houses are still like a viable hole to hide in, because it's a swamp, so you can't dig trenches, you know. And yeah, obviously, if you get the bomb in the hole, you don't need to use the bomb to kill everything that's dive over pressure. Yeah, and then back into some nice footage, Mavic drop, FPV and stuff like this. Knock a hole in the roof, put an incendiary in. No need to do more. That's like the sort of most efficient way of destroying a house or building cottage that's used by the Russians, you know. Like, otherwise the best way to do it is to try and stick like 1.5 kilograms plus of HE through the window. So yeah, if you want to join the Russian military, you want to invade Ukraine, you want to come to Kherson, if you want to think fucking hard going on amphibious missions to the islands and raids to our side, this is what happens to you. This is who's waiting for you. This is who stacks bodies up day in, day out, and has been for the last couple of years, and knows every fucking inch of it. So it doesn't matter, you know, who you are, you'll deal with it. I was speaking to one of the pilots the other day when we were having a drink and cheese with the lads on holiday, with our best acting pilot, the Garner. They were trying to convince the lad, an American lad, to join drones and not go in the infantry. And I was like, hey, don't, you know, what's the now? Fucking, how many, you know, does it matter to you? The infantry we kill, if the special forces or VC or just demobics and stuff like that, not at all. Doesn't matter who they are. Anyway, Slava Ukraine. So there we go. You see what happens. The story of a couple of squads of Russians who came to the islands, got taken out. The mates tried to rescue them. We took them out as well. And then we took out the guys who were left on the islands and in the houses on the left bank, which is what you saw at the end, in the positions they'd come from. So, yeah, that's what we do. Jobs available. So yeah, in other news, situation in Kherson is getting more and more hot, which is why we, you know, need your help. We need people to come and sign up. We need people to donate so we can buy the equipment and vehicles we need to cope with our job. I'm in Odessa, as you know, and I'm picking up my car, which has just been in the shop for some repairs. Apparently I'd cracked the leaf spring. I think that was going over the bridge from like mainland Kherson to an island called Korabel. And there was a drone in the area, so I was doing about 120 mile an hour, 185 KP8 something when I went over the top of that bridge. It was a bit Starsky and Hutch, but you know, you only live once, you know. So yeah, but it's a tough car, the Ford Ranger. It just carried on without me realising, like, what's that squeak? Oh, you've fucking broken your leaf spring, you know. So the Ford Ranger can cope very well with driving around with a broken leaf spring. So good to know. Great cars, Ford Rangers. So yeah, I'm going to pick up the car, and then I was going to go back to Kherson for a few days, make a little bit of a film with the unit. Like, you know, we've set up all the new workshops and stuff, and they're a lot more disguised, so there's no chance of giving away the position. So it's a chance to film a bunch of stuff and show you what we got, and show you what you guys have paid for, and show you what you're maintaining. But in the last couple of days, like literally the last 2 days, the situation in Kherson has changed, and there are now been a number of attacks on vehicles along the motorway as far away from Kherson as Posad Pokrovsk. Now, there was 1 or 2 months ago, right, and we put it down to separatists, but we know now that they're coming from the left bank, and they're even using these drones with like with satellite with solar panels on. So they're like getting them close to the motorway, and then they're loitering, which is even more dangerous than them just loitering in the air, because you can fucking hear them then, you know. The batteries burning electricity. If they're just sat on the ground chilling waiting for the right car to come back, that's a worry. So at the moment I'm being advised not to make a run to Kherson, which is vexing, you know. I want to get my fucking body armour back for one thing, you know, in general these days. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But keep your eyes on Kherson at the moment. There's a good Telegram page called Kherson Non-Fake that gives you at least, I'm going to say it covers at least 40% of the things that happen to in the city, and probably like 80% of the things that happen to like non-military targets, you know. So yeah, anyway, goodbye from me, Joe McDonald at Big Mac's Battle Blogs. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment longer than 7 words. Go on, give us a £5. I spend it on drones and killing Russians. Anyway, good Idina Hoyza loopers to our pro-Russian and Vatnik listeners. And as always from me, love you.